Father-in-law.
Well, father-in-law. They don't have to do that because they're here. When you put foot on the ground, the Supreme Court has said you have constitutional rights. See, I would disagree with that. A foot on the ground does not mean you have constitutional rights. And something else I disagree with too is dual advocacy for two different countries, dual citizenship. That's got to stop. That's got to stop. So, no, pathway to citizenship, I am not for that for illegals who have come here breaking the law. I am for registering them. And you better understand why that's necessary. Because when you find someone that's not registered, out, you can deport them immediately. No hearing. No money spent on judges and juries. You don't have registration because we offered it free and clear to you if you're here without an intent to harm. Then you go. You're gone. You're deported immediately. We make a law that says you're not registered, you're gone.
I had a follow-up to that. When my father-in-law came over after World War II, he had to do certain things. He had to learn English.
Okay,
that
we
was
know
our
that.
language.
We understand. We understand that process was very important.
Yeah.
But they're not doing that, Tim. None of that. None of that's getting done because they're not going through Ellis Island. They're coming across a fabled wall. And the wall's not going to get it. I disagree with the wall. E-Verify is the best wall you can build. Again, Mitt Romney was right. And E-Verify is the reason that the Chamber of Commerce pulled out from under Mitt Romney the rug of electability. And I can tell you, I'm like Trump right now, I can tell you, which I can't verify anything I'm telling you other than it's my opinion. The Chamber of Commerce is the reason Mitt Romney isn't president right now. Because if he was president, they wouldn't have their cheap labor with E-Verify. When he started, and listen, I have an ego too, folks. And when I got to sit at a round table with Mitt Romney, and I got to be a key person that the video cameras, all the news cameras were videoing, and I got to ask one question or one comment to Mitt, who was sitting right next to me. Because of you folks, the Tea Party, Will Run Tea Party Caucus director, because I broke for him and for supporting him, I got to be there, and I said this thing. And I honestly think this is what derailed him. Maybe I'm responsible. Because I said this to him, listen, then we'll give the mic. I said, Mitt, your policy, because he had talked about E-Verify, will cause Mexico to build the fence. And this was on camera. And he actually said, why? How's that? And I said, well, if we get E-Verify, where the illegals can't get work, you have to be legal to get a job, Mexico will have to build a fence to keep them from coming back home. And I actually said that. And you know something? It kind of is true, and I think that the Chamber of Commerce kind of understood that and said, whoa, wait a minute here. We don't get all of that free labor. Or some of it's free. I know some of them didn't get paid. And believe me, that angers me. I know a contractor right here in this county who would use them and know he didn't have to pay them. And when they would come to get paid, the babies that they brought with them didn't get fed that week. Because this guy knew they wouldn't go to the authorities. Yeah, I'm angry about that. I know a little bit more about illegal immigration than people realize. I'm a humane person, and humanity comes first. But I'm going to tell you, there's consequences to breaking the law. Register them, yes. And if you don't come forward to register, you have ill intent, and I'm going to put you out. We're going to make a law that means we don't have to put you through a process. You have already signed your ticket to be deported. That's the answer. Go ahead, somebody. By the way, if anybody needs to leave, it's okay. I mean, we started at 8:30, it's 11, almost 30. I can see my brother getting a little restless there. He's getting kind of old, you know. He needs to get home and get rest.
Thank you. Adios, amigos. Good night. Good seeing you.
Good night, Ed. Okay, next question, and we do need to wrap up.
The question I have is, are Democrats crossing over to Trump because they think he can be easily beat, or easier beat than
In these polls, yes, I think so.
or is it because they're pissed off with their establishment?
Okay, you make a point. But if you believe, now give the microphone up.
After Obama, look what's happened.
Okay, give the microphone.
I got a follow-up.
See, I knew that. Okay, if you believe that those folks who are on these phone poles are going to be there for him in the general, you're crazy. Yeah. You're one of them Tea Party crazies.
Oh, so
No, I just joking.
you're thinking Democrats are that smart?
Well, you have a point. No, go ahead. What's your follow-up?
And
No, yes, they are. Well, to your point, you said it. Joe is a person who this caucus has won over. Well, there's several of them. They don't always come. Joe works at this time of night. But he has told me that he was won over by this caucus, and he used to be a liberal Democrat who worked for the party, and they had a policy, crossover to support Rick Santorum. He told me, I didn't ask him, he told me this. So, because they believed he was a weaker candidate over Romney, and he was more defeatable. Well, because of the Chamber of Commerce and E-Verify, Romney actually was defeatable.
And what's Carly's stand on this birthright citizenship that they've actually made an industry of bringing people over here just to have their...
You would like her stand on that.
Can I?
You would like her stand on that. She says you can't, it's a hard thing to change the Constitution. But you would like her stand on that, and I don't have the time to verify everything that she has said. Denise,
Okay. www.ontheissues.org. You can find any issues, any candidates stand on any of the issues on that website. So it's ontheissues.org, not .com.
But we still will answer the next questions. But I mean,
Sure, but I'm just saying, you can find,
Yeah.
find out a lot of answers, Joe, to your questions on that website.
Because I honestly can't tell you everything she said, but I will tell you that she's pro-American on the position that she takes about anchor babies. What she has said is you can't change a Constitution easily. But I don't know if she's considered the fact that Mark Levin makes, and I agree with, that in the jurisdiction thereof has a meaning. And I haven't heard Carly say something about that.
So on the whole Hewlett Packard thing, really briefly, I'm just going to say that she admits that she laid off 30,000 workers, but she also doubled the size of the company. She was hired as CEO to save the company, which she did by merging with Compaq. And she had to do the hard stuff that she didn't really want to have to do by laying off those workers, but she got it done.
And the stockholders, like Russell Anderson, fired her.
They fired her, and it says, quote, "I got fired because I challenged the status quo."
Okay.
So there's that.
Okay. Okay, Todd.
Okay, on your, really know about the immigrations, which she said, what she repeated. So hypothetically, if we got 60 million immigrants right now, on her rule of law or her way she wants to do it, how many would leave the country, get deported? Can you digest this a little bit? What would happen?
I'm going to have to research, and like Denise said, it's all there. She didn't talk about immigration tonight.
Right, but
And I'm limited tonight to what I can answer clearly as to what she said tonight. Now, I know, based on my support for Carly, that she's not going to disagree with me about the context and content of my thinking toward illegal immigration. She's not going to be for pathway for citizenship. She may be misunderstood by Alex Jones, purposefully mostly, in saying that she's for comprehensive immigration. No, she's not. That word comprehensive means making them legal.
Giving them a pass.
Registering them is not the same as making them legal.
So Alex Jones went from 80% down to 60%?
No, I told you that's part of the 20% that's dangerous about that.
And I'm just wondering, has Carly's campaign ever addressed the email that you sent them? Have they,
Well, you got to understand something about that.
And
I would love it if the person who I know, who is the state campaign director for Carly, I would love it if he had the clout to get my stuff through. But quite frankly, it's probably not so. I lucked out with Mitt Romney, by the way, folks. I lucked out with Herman Cain. I was able to get those people
right.
to our caucus. with Sarah Palin, Denise and I, we lucked out. But someone should never forget that it was the Willow Run Tea Party caucus that organized that. It was just somebody else's money that brought her here. But she chose to come because of our caucus, okay?
Right.
Of course she was being paid.
But you could probably.
But I can't
email-
get through to Carly just because I want to. I think he sent it up the chain, and I think they read it. That doesn't mean they think we're valuable enough to act on it.
Well, you should be able to email her campaign directly. if-
I can, but the avenue that I got is better than emailing amongst a million other emails. You understand the point? I've got one of 50 people.
Whether she gets it or not.
Listen, I know, and a good friend of mine, and a good friend of Denise's, one of 50 people in the States who are her campaign managers in every state. We know this fella. And he told me that he'll send it up the line, which means they will get it. It doesn't mean they will act on it.
Right.
That's better than 50, than a million emails in a box somewhere.
And whether they read them all.
Right, okay, so, no promises, but we try. Any other question, folks?